We have three tasks in this assignment. We have expect that people will achieve a pass grade, a merit grade, or distinction grade. Or distinction grade. So we have the pass grade that you need to complete to get a pass mark, the merit grade that you need to complete to have a pass and merit criteria, and then the distinction grade that you need to complete to get a pass, merit, and distinction. So let's look at the assignments. Task 1 and 2 and 3, you must able to complete all one in one Word document. So what are the scenarios? The first task is that you have started to work for a health and social care organization. As you have just finished college and up to date with your knowledge of legislation, regulation, and guidance, the manager has asked you to put together a guide on key points that staff can use as a reference. Should you choose a country on which you base the guide? So you can set to choose a country that you want to base your guide on, based on the task that you have been given. So the question is that you need to read the task carefully. You need to read the task very carefully and then answer them accordingly. So what might be the study skills that we're looking at? The study skills used, developed, and assessed through this assignment are as follows: critical thinking, planning and organization, gathering information, note-taking and summarizing, analysis, written skills, academic skills including referencing, application of IT skills. These are things that we expect that you would have study skills in that. You should be able to do critical thinking. You should be able to plan and organize. You should be able to gather information, note taking and summarizing. You should be able to do analysis, written skills, academic skills, including referencing, and then application of IT skills. So task 1. Task 1, you've been asked to guide about current policy on health and social care in your chosen country. What you ought to do as the first instance, that you need to identify the current government policies of the country that you have chosen relating to health and social care in your chosen country. Explain the impact of policy on health and social care sector and on the provision of care within your chosen country. Within your chosen country. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Pardon me, you've joined now.
Yes, I'm with you.
Good. So you need to identify current and government policies relating to health and social care in your choosing country. Okay? And then, Ademi, have you just joined us?
Yes, I just joined you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, and then you should be able to explain the impact of policy on the health and social care sector and on the provision of care within your choosing country. Now, what are some of the government policies that you guys remind or comes to mind during the lectures? Hello, guys.
Hi.
Yeah. What will be some of the current government policies relating to the health and social care in your choosing country?
The right to safeguarding individual privacy.
Good.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ademi. I can hear you.
Yeah, the right to safeguarding individual privacy
I can hear you.
Important. Hello?
Hello, Joel.
Hello.
Joel.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, guys.
Hi.
I couldn't hear you.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
I can hear you now, Ademi. Ademi, proceed.
I said the right to safeguarding individual privacy.
Good.
Yes. And the right to good practice.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Good. So, and what country did you choose, Ademi? Have you chosen a country?
Yeah, I'm working on the UK here because
The UK.
yes.
Okay. Wow, good. Joel and Jay, have you tried this question already? Hello? Hello? Joel? Joel? Yeah, have you started the assignments already? Have you started?
Yes, sir. It's about to finish.
Okay, so how did you tackle this particular question on task one? Which country did you choose, please?
I chose UK.
You chose UK. Okay. And what are some of the current government policies did you choose to talk about?
I just the main points are what are the aims and the conditions in UK.
But government policies, no. What were some of the government policies that you chose? Do you understand me?
Government policies related to health and social care.
Come again. Joe, say it again, please.
Government policies in health and social care.
In health and social care.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. JA, what have you done so far? Hello. Okay, so it's only two people. Okay, I thought JA was on before. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's go to the second question. Explain the impact of policy on health and social care sector and the provision of care within your chosen country. Adeyemi, what's your take?
Government policy have been able to help regulate the health and social care sector in accordance with good practice. These have put in check and balance on clients and the people and their carers in order to give them the best in accordance to good practice when handling them.
Okay, okay, that's a good one. What about the provision of care? I mean, the impact of policy on health and social care sector and the provision of care within your chosen country. So, are there any barriers? Are there any barriers?
And the barriers are maybe language barriers, sexual barriers, and let me say communication barriers have maybe to an extent affected or limit the way we maybe communicate appropriately. Maybe cultural differences too.
Okay, okay. So I would expect you to put in a few things in there just to push your marks a bit high. You understand?
Okay, sir.
Now, but then if you want to get a merit grade, then we expect you to be able to assess how the policy meets the current needs of the population in terms of the health and social care. Okay, that the policy that you have chosen, we need to know how they meet the needs of the population. So if probably you identify a problem or a need to probably access to healthcare, there were not enough room, or people were having that barriers of or difficulty in accessing healthcare. You have to explain or assess how your policy that you have chosen, okay, meets those needs, okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, sir.
And that would enable you to have a merit mark rather than just a pass mark.
Okay.
All right. So that's learning outcomes and assessment criteria, LO1, LO 1.1, 1.2, and 1M1, and that is for task 1.
Okay.
Yes. So we have to now look into task 2. And task 2, the session guide is about legislation and guidance that impacts on the sector. You should, 1, outline sources and status of legislation, regulation, and guidance in your chosen country. So that's the question. You have to outline the sources and status of legislation, regulation, and guidance in your chosen country. Adeyemi, what's your take?
Sorry, come again on that question.
You should be able to outline the sources and status of legislation, regulation, and guidance in your chosen country.
Okay,
the same country that you have chosen, the same country that you chose in task 1. How do you the source and the status of legislation, regulation, and guidance in your chosen country?
How do I do what, sir?
How can you outline the source and the status of the legislation, the regulation, and the guidance in your chosen country?
Okay, the source for such regulation, I think, is from the laws on health and social care, and from the NHS in accordance to.
No, the NHS will not have a law. The NHS will never have a law.
Okay.
NHS is just a body, so they don't make laws. Okay.
Yeah.
The NHS is more
from the government.
Exactly. So you may have laws like, so when we say laws, it might be maybe the Equality Act law, okay, or legislation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when we say laws, those are the ones you are looking at, not the NHS, okay?
Okay.
The NHS itself takes instruction from the laws. Their existence is based on the laws that it might be the Health and Safety Act law, okay? Or it might be the Health and Social Care, the Act 2012 or Act 2008.
Okay.
All right. So if you go back to your notes, you will see some of these laws. Okay.
Okay.
Exactly. So those are the legislations and regulations. And when we talk about regulations, what regulates? CQC is one of that. They are regulators. Okay.
Yes, sir.
While the legislations is geared towards the Health and Social Act, the Equality Act. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But the regulations, we're looking at CQC. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Like organizations that regulates. You are aware that the CQCs, what do? They regulate, don't they?
They do.
Exactly. So they are regulated. So we're looking at CQCs. We could also look into some regulators or bodies that regulates professionals. Okay. We can talk about the GMC, the General Medical Council. We can talk about the MSC, you understand? The National Midwifery Council. Okay.
Yes,
and
sir.
all that. So those are the things I expect you to talk about. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
Joel.
Yes, sir.
Joel, are you okay? Joel.
Yes, sir.
I hope you're understanding. All right.
No, sir.
Are you sure?
No. I just have some doubts.
You have some doubts.
Yeah. Can you say it again, please?
Adeyemi, can you repeat yourself to Joel, please?
I said the answer is the government enact laws in accordance to good practice in the healthcare. Then Mr. Daniel spoke about the CQC, because I actually spoke about the NHS. Now, the NHS don't give out law, but they pick the laws that have been enacted already by the government and work with it. I don't know if you are understanding me, and Joel.
Joel, do you get understanding, or I should still repeat again?
Yeah,
So
it's
Joel,
okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So the question says that what outline the sources and the status of legislation, regulation, and guidance in your chosen country. Bear in mind that The task 1, you have to choose a country, don't you? You have to
Yes.
choose a policy, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, so they want to know this policy that you've chosen, or what are the sources? Where do they emanate, or where do they take their instructions from, don't they? Or their power from? They want to
Yeah.
know. So one is the legislation, and one is regulation, and the other is guidance. And then I was just educating Adeyemi that the NHS is not a legal framework. It's not a legislation. You understand me? So,
Yes, yes, sir.
so legislations, we are looking at Health and Safety Act. Okay, we are looking at the Health and Social Act 2012, 28. Okay, we are looking at the Equality Act and Diversity Act. Those are the things we call legislation. All right. Then when we talk about regulations, we're looking at regulators. So what are some of the regulators in my lectures with you? Okay. So the regulators, we're looking at what kind of regulators? We're looking at the CQC. You know they regulate, don't they?
They do.
Exactly. So CQC are some of the, yeah, so you can choose the country that you've chosen. What are the state of those regulations? So it could be the CQC. Where do they derive their source from, their strength from, or their power from? So you talk about this, okay? Because CQC regulates the inspect. We can talk about some of the regulators for the professionals. We can talk the GMC and talk about MSc and talk about the ACPC. All right?
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. And then the guidance, we can talk about the NIC. You know about the NIC?
No.
It's in your lectures.
Okay.
The NIC, their guidance that we follow, the MIC. Yeah. So these are the things that I expect you to talk about per your choosing country. Joel, all right? If you go back to your lectures, you see a lot of information there. Okay.
Okay.
And then lastly, analyze the impact of legislation and guidance on the provision of health and social care provision and health and social care workers. Okay. Analyze the impact of the legislation and guidance on the provision of health and social care provision and on health and social care workers. Any take, or we should proceed? Okay. So the task 2, to gain a merit, you should be able to analyze the aims and purposes of legislation and guidance. Okay.
Okay.
That's what we expect you to do. And to get a distinction grade, we expect you to analyze the implications of the failure to comply with the legislation. You know, we spoke about that, where people can be imprisoned, isn't it?
Yes.
People can have them strike off from the organization, don't they? Okay.
Yes.
You can withdraw, your license can be withdrawn, your company can be imprisoned, somebody could be jailed. So these are the things they expect you to talk about. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. And finally, task 3. The final task, I expect you to explore more into the principles and values that underpins or underscore the provision of the care in your chosen country. 1, we would expect you to able to describe the underpinning principles of health and social care. This you can find in your notes as well, okay? What are the underpinning principles of health and social care? You know, what are the principles of health and social care? There should be principles that governs health and social care. Everything we do must conform to law. You have to be compassionate in the things we do. There should be compassionate. There should be proportional to everything that we do. So there are principles that govern health and social care. Okay.
Okay.
Then we should be able to see how to outline how these principles impact on the provision of care. So having identified the principles of health and social care, you have to outline how these principles impact the provision of care. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You can get that on learning lessons 2. When the lectures 2, you can get that as well. Okay.
Okay.
Good. And then finally, you have to explain the initiatives that promote the fundamental principles among those working in health and social care. What are the initiatives that promote the fundamental principles that you have mentioned in your 3.1? What are they? What promotes those fundamental principles? You can get all those information in it. And again, to be able to assess a merit grade, because those things would only attain you a pass mark. But then to be able to get a merit grade, then we expect you that to be able to assess how those underlying principles support basic human rights. Okay, we spoke about human rights, don't we?
Yeah, we
The
did.
right to live, the right to privatization, the right of family life, you know, the right to care And that is why we spoke about the NHS that give you free care, don't they? You know, so
Yes.
the right to care. So these are all things that you need to know. You have to explore more how those principles support the basic human right. I told you about right. I think the last time I told you the right of family life, didn't I? Where I told you that even when you, for whatever reasons, the government decide to deport you because you have a child here. Remember we spoke about that?
Yes.
And do you remember?
Yes.
Exactly. So
Yes.
that's right to family life, right to privacy, right to healthcare. These are all rights enshrined in law with the European Convention, you know, the UNHCR Convention. You can read about them. I show in your notes. So all these things are human rights that expect you to. Yeah, we used to have what we call legal aid in the UK, where people used to have legal people who are not working and they cannot um, sponsor themselves. The government gives them a legal aid in their um, legal issues or their deportation. Those when somebody is deported, they'll give you a lawyer to fight your case if you don't have the money. Even the police station, they also give you a lawyer to fight free of charge when there's an issue. They'll give you somebody to we call them legal aid. Okay.
Yes.
The government fund those people and you don't have to pay for it. Okay. But it is only for people who probably have lower salary, okay? Or who
Okay.
are not working, not people that work. All right. If you can prove that. So to
Okay.
attain a distinction grade, you should finally able to assess the implications of failing to adhere to fundamental principles of care. Again, when you don't adhere to it, what happens? Okay, what are the implications? You know. So finally, I mean, 2 weeks from now, your assignment have to be submitted. You have started already. Use
Okay.
the indicative content on the unit specification. Very important. Document as a guide to how to structure and answer the assessment criteria. I think we've had a discussion about the unit specifications already, haven't we?
Yes, I come again. What do you say?
We've had the unit specifications. We've had that already. We've had the discussions about that already, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
We have, all right. Ajobo, are you there? So we expect to have a document structure and formatting. It is good practice to put the unit number and the name. You know, your assignment, put your unit number and the name. Start with a bit of introduction to the unit model, 30 to 50 introduction. At least give an introduction of anything that you see to talk about. Write out the LO if you are mentioning it. If it's LO1, talk about it. Otherwise, it's not required. Font size that we expect is 12 font size, not 11, not 10. And there should be line spacing. Okay, there should be line spacing. All right. 1.5 page number to be inserted. The page number that we expect you to do is 1.5. There should be table of contents to be drawn. Very, very important. And then finally, your conclusion. 20 to 30 words, your conclusion, everything finally in your, you have to conclude and say, having done all this, I think that having done all that, I think that it was good that the policies are reviewed so that we can have to meet regular changes in the country. You know, those are the things they expect you to. And then your final bit is your references, very key. Your references should be wherever you refer to anything that you quoted, you have to refer to it. All right.
Okay.
Refer to it, or bibliography, you have to refer to it. And I explained to you that if it's 10 people that wrote a book, you have to catch up all the 10 authors in a book. All right. So this will be our lectures today. You have any question? If nothing, we can proceed. Any questions?
None, sir, from me.
Yo, any question, please?
No, sir, it's okay.
Are you sure, Joe?
Yes, I am.
I hope you are not struggling. Joe, if you have any issues, struggle, let us know, please. Okay.
Okay, sir, I will call you, okay?
Yes. Okay. Or send an email to I will help you.
Okay, I will send. Sir, when is the last date to submit the assignment?
Yeah, you're supposed to start 2 weeks ago. Have you not started?
Yeah, I just started. When is the last day to submit?
Oh, 2 weeks. So, I mean, when did I inform you to start?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
So you should have started by now.
Sorry?
I'm saying you should have started by now. Have you not completed?
Yes, I just want to complete 2 questions
When do you
more.
think you completed?
Can I give next Thursday, sorry.
Yeah, Thursday. I'm sure you
Yeah.
send a message on the group, and then we'll take it on. Okay.
Okay, I will submit on next Thursday, okay?
Yes, but send a message on the group, okay? Or
Okay.
email the back office, please. All right. Let us know. All right.
Yes, next Thursday I will surely complete and send it on. Okay.
Yes, but I'm saying send a message to the admit team, okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Please, the admit team, please. I beg you.
Okay. Okay.
All right, not
No
me,
worries.
just a lecturer, please. Okay, let them know that you will submit and let. Or Aman, you have Aman's number, Aman's email. You don't have Aman, don't you? Please.
No,
All
I
right.
don't have an email.
You have Aman. Aman, check your emails when they were
Okay.
booking
Okay.
you, when we were registering you. All right. It's called admin at UK Versity. All right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Ademi. So
Yes,
we'll meet tomorrow then. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Hello, assistant. Afternoon, assistant. So I'm in lectures, but I'll get back to you today. Eh? You have a lot to do, okay? Or we have new ones. Okay. 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 That's fine.